Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Kalia Garrido. I am the founder of Healthy Women Leaders. Healthy Women Leaders is my passion project that I have created as a way to gather amazing women together to unapologetically focus on our health, to develop our personal power, and just generally kick ass. I have my arms around so many amazing women around the world, and today is absolutely no exception. This video series is designed, to highlight women who have unlocked something through health or wellness that we need to shout and share and just really blast out into the world. And so today I have Belinda and Ngassa here with us today. Belinda, thank you so much for joining us.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Hello. Okay, a little bit about Belinda, because guys, this is an amazing bio, and I'm just going to read it so I don't get it wrong. Belinda is French-born, London-bred, world-traveling, nomadic living, transformational coach, lifestyle innovator, and entrepreneur. Her passion is about living this life wholly, leaving nothing on the field and helping others do the same. I love that. Belinda says that though she comes from a rocky upbringing, she credits that to having taught her two important lessons in life. Number one is how to fight for what she wants out of this life. And number two is to carry a relentless determination to break through the limiting mindsets and past wounds that have held her back so that she could thrive in health, love, success, and everything that life has to offer. And now she teaches other people to do the same. So she is a certified transformational life coach. She's ranked in the top 1% by the Expert Rating Authority, and she has built a robust business that enables people to find self-actualization through entrepreneurship. How amazing is that? Because I can tell you as a personal entrepreneur, that's maybe the hardest time to find it. So that is wonderful. So Belinda, thank you so much again for being here with us today.
Of course, my pleasure.
Yes. Okay, so let's start with your gorgeous backdrop. Where are you calling in from? What are you doing with your life right now?
I know, I thought this might be a great piece to talk about. I am calling from Bali. We are in the jungle, I would guess, in the rice paddies, but about 10 minutes away from the beach. So it's perfect location to be in this little Bali bubble whilst the world is almost burning down.
Yeah.
And being able to view it sort of objectively, or as objectively as you can view the events that are currently happening. But yeah, so I've decided to work from Bali. I mean, before even everything happened, I decided to be here for the year. So I'm very happy to be in my home right now.
Yeah, you picked a good spot. And I know in our last conversation, we talked about all the things. So since we've spoken last, I saw something that I just have to share with you. It said something to the tune of, and this is what our last conversation was about for everybody who's listening now. It said something to the tune of, the rest of the world is watching America like America watched the Tiger King.
Oh my goodness, exactly.
This is what's
exactly
happening.
The same. It's like a documentary. It is the most ridiculous, just confusing thing, because everybody in the Tiger King documentary thought they were sane. And everyone was watching like, what is happening? What's happening? Right now?
Yes, and I will tell you from one of the people, because there are a lot of us. I have to think more. I don't know how we got into this situation, but there's a lot of us that sit in here and look around like this and go,
yeah,
this is where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just, for me, it's just crazy that we are defending, or there are opposing voices to things like equality and injustice. It just, for me, that is what is the most both troubling and disheartening, that this isn't, a movement. When we talk about Black Lives Matter movement, it's not a movement saying that Black Lives Matter more or exceptionally or make us better. It is just that, please stop killing Black people for being Black. It's just a simple call to arms of, we are all human and we all have a reason for being here. And our kids shouldn't have to be taught at 4, 5, 6 that the color of their skin might get them killed, and what to do if a police officer talks to them. It's just, it's a very simple call to let us live the same way that everybody else does. So for me, the fact that that is a controversial statement to make, that people who are allies, that other white people that have made these statements have had trouble at work, have had troubles with friendships and relationships, for me is just an out there concept completely.
I absolutely agree with you. And so this is how we came to meet, because we were both members of a Facebook group, and you wrote something that I had seen. It was so powerful, not only because of the beautiful way that you wrote it, but just because of the honesty and the clarity with which it came through. And you had a line in there, something to the tune of, I was 4 years old when I found out I was Black. And this struck me. This struck because I have a 4-year-old daughter. And from there, you went on to explain what your experience has been. And, you know, as an ally, I read this and it is startling how different that is from the experience that I had. So can you share a little bit about that with us?
Of course. For me, especially in that group, it was a group of spiritually minded women, very conscious women. And I was very surprised that even in a group of that magnitude, of that level of comprehension, this was still something that we had to talk about. It seems like the word or the sentence white privilege is very inflammatory for some people because they don't understand what the actual privilege we're talking about is. The privilege isn't meaning that every white person is rich or good looking or hasn't fought depression or an eating disorder or anything like that. It just means that being white hasn't been the root of it. And so for me, writing that was about sharing my own personal experience of being Black in a world where I was always classified as other, where my mum, a strong Black woman, had to fight hard to make sure that we were protected, that we were not going to face any injustices, and even more for my brothers as Black men who had to be sat down. My brother at a very young age, at 6 years old, had to be sat down and told, okay, we're going to move schools, we're going to move you to a private school, but we're going to pay for the education because in this public school, you are being classified as problematic because of your skin color. You are playing the same as other white kids, you are just as vocal as other white kids, you're just a child, but we're going to have to move you because if we keep you here, they're going to keep on giving you detentions. They're going to keep classifying you. And this, not even that it should be justified in this way, but this is a boy who ended up being accepted to one of the best universities in the world, Oxford University. So it shouldn't even have to be defended. The fact that I even have to defend it is another sign of privilege, that I have to put a stamp on the fact that, but he was a really good boy and he was treated unfairly. But that was what my story was about, that from 4 years old, playing in the playground, not understanding why I couldn't be treated the same as other white girls, why some girls wouldn't want to play with me or why their parents wouldn't want them to play with me. And my mum had to sit me down and tell me it was because of something I could not control.
Wow. It's just, it's startling when you hear it like that, because it's from such a critical young age. Like, this is a time when you and your 6-year-old brother, you guys should be playing. You shouldn't. It's hard. It's eye-opening for everybody, I think, at this point, and it should be, right? And this is, and I'm glad that this is where we're at, because it's time for that change now. And so it's a terrible situation, but I'm thankful that I got to meet you through it, and I applaud you for putting yourself out there and writing the way that you did, because for me, as somebody on the other side of the world, like, it touched me. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to some other stuff. Let's talk about what you do. So now you're in the business. You're a dream chaser. This is how I found you, because I sort of had in mind, I wanted to talk to people who are out there chasing their dreams. Like, this is so awesome. So tell me what it is that you do on a day-to-day in your work.
Of course. So I run a conscious entrepreneurship academy. It's focused on conscious living, and it's kind of the blueprint that I use to end up in Bali, to end up here, running my business from here and living a life that, you know, I'm happy to wake up and live every day. It didn't happen overnight, and it didn't happen without hard work. And a lot of what I do is tracing those steps back. How did I move from the corporate world, which was very suppressing and very demanding and asked me to be a certain version of myself but leave all the other ones at the door? How did I go from there to actually living in my freedom and being able to find a way to make income from it, and also walking in purpose, so doing what I feel I am here to do, I'm created to do? So that's kind of what I help other people do, because I feel like my role on earth is to learn and then teach. Everything I learn, I then pass on. And that's been a really cathartic way to heal and to really integrate some of the lessons of my past. So yeah, I've built an online academy. I do one-to-one coaching with people. I do group programs. I host wellness events, all in the hope of helping people first wake up to the fact that this is your one life and it is your life. You have the responsibility for it. At the end, you can't blame your mum. You can't blame your dad. You can't blame their absence. You can't blame your boss for anything. It's on you. And then actually helping them with the steps to owning that life and what that looks like and how that can feel for them.
This is great work. We have a long way to go. As somebody who I would like to think I know I'm on my own journey, but sort of like waking up and kind of, my experience is I'm like waking up for myself. And I also have young people under my care, my children, and I see the difference in what I'm learning now at this age versus what they are taught, even by myself. And sometimes I check myself with that, like, man, we have a long way to go.
Yeah, we do. And there's different levels of awakening, they're each more intense and different, and they feel different from the other, but we couldn't awaken all in one go. We'd just go in shock, Right. So I think there's like different steps to it. We awaken to one level, and then as we get comfortable with that level of living, our eyes are open to more, and that's part of the human walk, and that's what makes this life wonderful.
Wow. Okay, so aside from lack of blame, which is very important, but if you had to give one soundbite, one, key sort of golden nugget that people could take with them on their own journey to waking up or their journey to living their best life, what could that be?
I would say the real golden nugget is about giving yourself space to hear yourself. We don't actually know ourselves, and that was one of the first steps of my journey. I remember reading an article about self-love and the kind of ways in which you can show your self-love today. And I was like, okay, I'm on this self-love journey. I'm going to do one a day. And it was at the point where I was sitting in a bathtub with a glass of wine and strawberries that I thought, this is stupid. This is ridiculous. I don't like this. Right. This isn't the way that I feel love. And it really had me thinking, because I had used other people's ways of showing me love to show myself love, and I was trying to use a construct that wasn't built for me. And I think one of the golden nuggets of this journey is you have to know yourself. You have to have that introduction with yourself, and for you to be able to hear yourself, your true self, you have to allow space for it. That means time, that means rest, that means being present. A lot of us have had absent, whether it's physical or emotional parents that haven't been able to be connected to us, and then we've perpetuated that cycle with ourselves. We haven't parented ourselves in a way which gives ourselves the trust and the backbone to feel like, if I say something wild, they'll have my back. Or if I speak from my soul, because I have this inner knowing about what our future looks like, they'll listen. If your soul, if your being doesn't think you're going to listen, it's not going to talk to you. So one of the first steps is about getting to know yourself, and getting to know yourself in absence from everybody else. What do you want to do? How do you feel about things? What do you like doing? And it all stems from there.
Yeah, this is so great. This totally supports on my own path and the things that I've come to learn about myself. So we've distilled sort of healthy women leaders down into really 5 core pillars of radical self-love in a way to thrive in life. The number one thing is getting to know yourself. If you don't know yourself, how do you know what to say yes to? The bubble bath and the chocolate and the wine? Yeah. For some people, that's what's up.
Oh, their dream.
And for you, you were like, no.
Not my thing.
Right.
I was sitting there, I was like, this is going to take so much work to get out of. And I really don't, this is not my thing. My thing is sunrise hikes and sunsets on the beach and being in the water and feeling, completely at one with nature. That's my thing. Right. And I couldn't know my thing because I was trying to get other people to tell me what love looked like. And that was something that I had perpetuated over and over again. So it's, as you said, it's a really important first step.
Yeah, but I mean, even doing that, even for people that are just beginning on their journey, if you're not sure what to do, grab the wine, strawberries, hit the bubble bath, because for you, that's how you learn that that's not what you needed. And there's so much power in the no. I feel like, honestly, that's how I did most of my learning in relationships, was figuring out what I didn't want so that I could figure out what I did want, and things become clear along the way. So even just try it. But that's,
there's no shame in trying. There's absolutely none. And sometimes, as you said, it's in the absence of something, it's doing something and then feeling like this isn't for me, that you can actually be guided more towards what is for you.
Right. Wow. Good stuff. I love it. The power in the no, the power in the yes, the power in knowing yourself, not blaming anybody. There's a lot of goodness in this. Okay, so how do we get more, Belinda? What do you have coming up that we should know about?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'd say the easiest way to get to know me and to get the most of me is to jump on my website, subscribe to the newsletter. I have a free catalog on there about bringing your vision to life, helping around the definition of visions and goals and why they're different, why you need both, how to structure both. And I also have some really cool webinars coming up, again, all funneled through my newsletter, webinars about how to break free, how to escape the 9 to 5, a bit more on the conscious entrepreneurship, on conscious living and what that looks like. So I dig into some parts of my program, which include wealth creation, how to build a business, lifestyle redesign, how to design a life that you love to live, and then purpose alignment, how to live aligned at all moments, whether it's through your business, through your relationships, through you experiencing life. And that is, as I said, all funneled through my newsletter. I've got tons coming on. So if people are interested into what I have to say, they should definitely sign up for that.
Yeah, and I can vouch for that because I signed up for it and I got that catalog that you have. This is awesome. Just practical, actual steps that you can take towards living your dream, because I feel like so many people, and I don't know about you before you started your entrepreneurial journey, but for me, it's this wide open thing. And how am I ever going to start? Because I can't see the end. I can't see how I'll get there. I can't see the clear path, which will, for a lot of people, prevent them from taking that first step. But the truth is that those steps open up as you go. All you have to do is take that first step, and the catalog that you provide, at least for me, I found a lot of value in that, in actually taking that first step, giving you a kick in the butt to get there.
Yeah, it's the little one, just like get out there, come on.
A nudge, a little nudge. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Belinda. This is awesome. I'm going to link to, of course, all the things that you've mentioned in the description of this video. And I can't wait to see what you're up to next. It's very inspirational. Thank you for dropping your knowledge on us.
Thank you. I appreciate you. And thank you for bringing me onto your platform. I hope that it helped some people.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks.